Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Now, long-time viewers of the channel will know how fond I am of the Yamaha DX7 and those legendary FM patches. Now, on the Machine Plus over here, this is a standalone GROOVEBOX. I prefer to think of it as a sound module, actually, because it has, amongst other things, an FM sound engine built in. The legendary VST synthesizer FM8 is built into this. And naturally, you can see where we're going with this. That got me curious. Can I load the DX7 sounds from the internet, the factory presets, onto this and then play them from here? And yeah, the answer, spoiler alert, yes you can, with a few little hiccups along the way, which I'll explain to you in this video. Okay, let's get into it. I'll show you how to do this process. And of course it will work if you have FM8 or any other FM DX7 synthesis VST on your PC. This process will work with DXZ, the Arturia DX7 and many other DX7 clones. But for me the fascinating thing is getting the DX7 sounds to run in hardware on a standalone sound module, sampler, beat making device like this. I mean, this thing boggles the mind. It's got contact, it's got massive, it's got FM8, all of these sampling capabilities. It's got the old, what's it called? The Pro 53. Remember that Prophet 5 emulation? All on board here. And if you can get tens of thousands of DX7 patches as well, wow, what a powerhouse. This thing is so open-ended, the possibilities really do seem to be endless. Okay, the first thing you'll need to do, my friends, is to head over to the Bobby Blues. Just Google DX7 All the Web Patches collection. And this is a 26 megabyte download. And remember, a DX7 patch is minuscule, so this is going to translate to a lot of patches. Now, I haven't counted, but I think the last time I checked it was about 60,000, yes, 60,000 presets for the DX7. And these are a collection of sounds from, it includes the Yamaha factory presets and all the third-party presets, the commercial ones, and some that have been created, of course, by enthusiasts. So just download this massive file here. Once you have that, extract it to your local disk and browse the contents. You'll see lots of folders, and in each folder there are these sysx files, data files representing a DX7 sound bank. Each sysx file contains 32 presets. So if you just have the goal of playing all of these wonderful patches on your PC, you're pretty much done. Just load them into DXZ, FM8 or the Arturia DX, and you're good to go. All of those VSTs can read Yamaha DX7 sysx files. For example, we can see here that I have all the sound banks here in FM8. You just go here, by the way, File, Import Sysx, and point to the directory where you unzipped all the web collection and import the sysx you want. That gives you 32 patches. You can see how here we have the various factory Yamaha ROM cartridges. Okay, that is the sound of orchestra, for example. Don't worry, you're just hearing the sound through my lav mic at the moment. In a second, we'll transfer these over to the Machine Plus and we'll hear them in glorious hi-fi. Okay, I mentioned there was a slight issue. Here we have a factory preset just called E. What the heck is going on here? So this is the issue, the hiccup I was alluding to at the start of the video. There is a bit of a bug in the FM8 import routines, the sysx import. Unfortunately, if the DX7 patch name contains a dot, like a full stop, like E.bass, electric bass, or E.piano, electric piano, and there are lots of these presets, by the way, well, what happens is that FM8 interprets it just as the letter E. Everything including and after the full stop just disappears, so you get E. So unfortunately, in the DX7 factory bank, you have E.bass, E.piano, and all of those are combined into one preset that just is called E. So they kind of overwrite each other as you import them. So you don't get all of the patches. If Native Instruments happen to be watching and they can fix that, then that would be awesome. I guess I could write some kind of script that would go through all of the sysx files and rename e.piano just to ePiano, but it's a lot of work, and sysx is not that easy to edit actually, it's just like binary hexadecimal. Okay, now that we have our DX7 sysx converted to FM8 presets, it's an easy matter to transfer them over to the Maschine Plus. Just connect this to your computer, activate storage mode, drag the files over to the local hard disk on this. Well, it's a local SD card to be more precise. And now if we go into the browser, we've selected FM8, the user banks, and here are all those DX7 presets. Unfortunately, again, you can see with just E and B and stuff. Yes, there you see, there we have them. Just a few of them have been corrupted during the FM8 import, but yes, how awesome is that? Yeah, recognize a lot of these names. Some of the classics. We even have Ref's Whistle, which I said was a complete waste of space. We'll take a listen to that again during this demonstration. Okay, let's hook this up to the DAW. I'll capture the audio. We'll play through some of the presets again. That'll be fun. Okay, let me just play a few at random so you can hear the raw sound of the DX7 in all its glory, or not. We're in the clav keyboard department at the moment. Nice spells. Even some pretty complex stuff. It might sound pretty basic right now, but remember the Yamaha DX7 is what, 40 years old, and it was pretty basic. Well, not at the time, but now. Seems there's some duplicates here. Here we've got a whole bunch of truncated presets. That's nice. That's the famous DX7 bass sound. What's this? Okay, not sounding too spectacular, but listen what happens when we add a touch of chorus and reverb. So now I'll play you through some of the most recognizable and iconic DX7 sounds. Okay, here's a pretty thing. It's called Bell Flute. Here are some of the very famous Bank 1 factory preset brass sounds. Yeah, that reverb chorus makes all the difference. Now, to me, these presets don't sound dated anymore at all, actually. What do you think? And whoever said the DX7 sounds thin and digital? Listen carefully. Beautiful. Nice effects on this thing. Yeah, beauty. Okay, a more crunchy digital FM sound there. With some fifths. Very nice. I'm noticing that whilst we have the modulation wheel doing modulation, the aftertouch by default doesn't seem to be doing anything on these imported DX7 patches. So need to look into that. Perhaps another hiccup in the SysX import routines. Here's a nice classic organ patch. Yes, I know you want me to play the classic electric piano, E-piano sound. Unfortunately, I can't, because that was overwritten. It was renamed to E and then overwritten by the E.bass. So I don't have the electric piano here. We have some similar ones, perhaps. I'll try and find them. Here's another famous DX7 factory preset, the flutes. This one doesn't sound quite the same to me. It's missing that little funny bit at the end. I do know these presets very well. Here's an example of an interesting FM DX7 bell gong sound. Check this out. Wow. That's beautiful. Love it. Yeah. Harp. Famous marimba sound. Let's have another listen to orchestra with some effects. Pipe organ, of course. Saxophone on a DX7. Check this out. Better than I thought it would be. Let me just play a selection of string sounds. Oh, very DX7-esque. Very much so, soundtrack. And this was before the D50. Did I say D50 or DX7? This is a D, sounds like a D50 patch. Nice. And remember, with the Maschine Plus and the FM8, you can actually get access to a filter. If you want that, you didn't have that on the original DX7, of course. Beautiful. That's nice. Very nice. A bell pad. Sorry. And I'm glad to say the polyphony is excellent, so it's more than enough. A few more strings. Slow strings. Beautiful. Here it is, everybody's favourite. Yeah, refs, whistle. Now I remember there was a kind of mind-blowing preset on the DX7. I'll see if I can find it. Are you ready? Mind blown! Well, I hope you found that informative and interesting. And by the way, I'm about to shoot a new video now with this, showing another amazing capability that it has. Bit of a backstory, I saw there was a new GROOVEBOX released which emulates the YAMAHA FM sound chip of the old Sega Mega Drive Genesis games console. Now, I really wanted to buy one of those, but then I thought, well, perhaps I could utilize the gear I already have. Can we use this thing to emulate the Sega Genesis? Well, that's the topic for another video, so stay tuned for that. Perhaps consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and thank you so much if you have. I'll see you then. Cheerio!